Reddit Martian back with another tip-top video for you. r/AskReddit. Fetishist women of Reddit. What fetish is really hard to find in men? Over a drunken drinking game, I found out one of the girls that lived above us in student accommodation had a thing for guys coming too quick and getting embarrassed. The issue was, without fail, every guy she had told about it will inevitably just try and come really quick, which wasn't the same thing. I don't know why, but I found the entire thing hilarious. For guys to act all sexy and sultry, gasping, moaning, biting their lip. Basically like the way they stereotypically expect women or twink gay guys to act during X. Thank God. I thought I was the only one who liked that. I once had a guy who was so ducking pretty during X. Sometimes I just stopped to look at his face. So pretty. One of my exes was like this. He would moan and gasp and I felt so attractive because of his reactions. It's also much easier for me to tell what I'm doing right when a guy is responsive. My current boyfriend just talks a lot during X, which also works lol. I dated a girl years back who wondered why more straight men wouldn't let her duck them in the butt with a strap on. I would put that up there. I would put that up there, just not, you know, up there. IDK what mine is called. I just like getting people off. I don't even have to get off. But knowing that's something I did made you so worked up that you had to come. I'll play into anyone's fetish, as long as they get off or get insane pleasure from it. This seems the nicest one here. I like being called good girl, but not if it's a daddy thing. Just being called that can send me over the edge, especially when it's whispered in my ear. My girl is into that, and then one time I told her I was proud of her and she came immediately. I don't know if this truly counts as a fetish, but I love when men are noisy, loud and frequent moaning, groaning, gasping. I love the sound of them losing control, essentially, and really enjoying themselves. But every guy I've had X with barely makes any sound besides heavy breathing, and it's so frustrating. For me, it's not so much the noise itself, but what the noise means. He's so into it and it feels so good that he cannot control his vocalizations or hands or whatever. As a female, I had to work on this too, and give myself permission to be vocal when it felt right, not forcing it or holding it back. Seriously, every single guy I try to get it out of them, but the most I can get is a soft moan. My current boyfriend is also very polite and feels weird trying to dirty talk to me, even though I ask him to. It's adorable. Please ducking moan in my ear. I am tired of the stigma that women like quiet guys. Please moan. One day I was having phone X with my girlfriend. We were long distance and so couldn't have X. And I thought in my head, hey, if I moan, maybe she would like that. So I tried that and she really liked it. I did it with my next girlfriend and she loved it so much that just me moaning would turn her on, even if we weren't having X. Because of this I learned that girls like guys who moan, so I try to make it a habit to moan. I love when men come inside of me without protection. This is, obviously, an issue. Then you get the I feel like that's just a normal fetish, but not a fetish. Yeah, no. Nature and stuff, not with me it ain't. IUD gang rise up. It's hard to find someone who is good at being an aggressive dom, but who isn't an butthole. Seems like the only guys who can really give it to you rough and mean are rough and mean in other aspects too. It's not that it's hard to find. There is quite an abundance actually, but it's really hard to find one that isn't a jerk. Don't know if this is just me, but anything rough requires trust of communication if you care about your partner. So I suspect that if it isn't established, the only people willing to go rough from the start are likely jerks. I like risky X in terms of pregnancy. I would never turn a fetish into a lifelong commitment, so I will personally take precautions, with the fantasy of I'm going to come in you and knock you up, and he's telling me so while he's about to come. When he thinks it's a genuine possibility is insanely hot to me. but no one I've ever been with has been able to be comfortable with it. Totally understand why. It gives me all the power while he loses it after he finishes, so I wouldn't push it on a soul. But it is the only thing that reliably gets me off. Fuming inside, loud moaning, and talking. I love being talked to, i.e. tell me I feel good, I am pretty, etc. And obviously I want to say those things to guys I've been with think that's weird, not to mention I have a mommy fetish, so not a lot of guys are really with that lol that I've encountered. And the premature cum thing, oh yes, I don't tell guys that I like that, so they don't actively try to do it. So if it happens it's way more organic and they're actually overwhelmed and embarrassed and being choked. Guys will do it but not as hard as I would like. They're always scared to hurt me. Edit. WTF, I just came back and this has blown up, what the heck. Phonophilia from the top. Lots of guys want to be human furniture, but it's hard to find one who wants to use a woman as furniture. But you can pretty much extrapolate that to any fetish that doesn't involve actual ducking. Non-sub guys may be willing to play at a little BDSM before the ducking, but what they really want is to duck, and it shows. Hold up. So, just as an example to make sure I grasp this, a guy could watch TV with a naked footstool, then scoot you closer as a table to eat a bowl of mac and cheese, and you'd be down for that? I like being slapped in the face. Most guys don't want to hit girls, which is good but also lame. I dated a girl who liked that as well. It took a while for me to build up to slapping her hard enough where she liked it, but I couldn't never really get over it. We could get a little rough during foreplay, but if we were having sex, slapping her would instantly make me go soft. I've struggled to find men who will let me do anything but stuff on them. Even oral wids, most of them out. Edit. I should clarify, butt stuff, oral, and no poop. Dudes won't let you give them a rim job. That's their loss. For a long time I have had a serious fetish for having my feet pampered. Like having someone rub them, paint my toes, kiss my feet, or let me give them a foot job. Honestly, the foot job is usually a reward for pampering me, but I genuinely enjoy it too. But all too often I get guys who say it's just not their thing. I get it, sure, but guys with foot fetishes seem so popular. I usually wear open-toed shoes or go barefoot whenever I can just to see if I can catch someone looking. It seems like I'm surrounded by foot fetishists until I actually go on a date with a guy. Then suddenly no one cares. I think it's called queen. Really wanna watch my husband duck another girl while I am restrained / doing the dirty work and they taunt me. He is not really into other women and most women aren't into being watched. I've pretty much successfully explored all my other fetishes. And phew, there's a lot. Well, I haven't done a lot of roleplay with power disparities, now that I think of it. I mean, guys who like being submissive. Most of them won't admit it. I'm dominant and sadist towards man and X. Most of them want to be dominant too. Also food fetish, definitely not common. I like role reversal play, or gentle femdom, I don't know how to title it. I like making the guy the object of desire during X, and riding him and tying his hands up and telling him to lie still whilst I do the ducking, and then spoiling him with compliments about how beautiful and good he is, and about how he belongs to me and is entirely mine. I'm a bit of a switch when it comes to this, though. At the other hand, whilst it's not a fetish men usually have, I really haven't met a single guy who wasn't totally into it after they got over the initial hump. Wouldn't that be embarrassing / weird? Butt stuff, or letting me touch their belly. Love a nice, chubby man tummy. I love men who make noises and look like they're about to unleash. I love being choked and choking them. I love biting and being bitten. I love ball gags. I love the taste of cum. So coming on my stomach or in my mouth so I can lick it up. Dude here. YMMV. I've been surprised that many of my female partners are very into videos of me masturbating and coming. I'm specifically talking just a video of me playing with my bits and money shots. It's like none of their partners asked if they'd like that sort of thing. A couple have even told me that they asked prior partners for coming videos and they were always turned down. One that I'm barely seeing anymore has given me permission to send her anything at any time. No other guys want to do it. She likes being a vermin to my personal pleasure. She loves knowing that I was thinking of them during, and that they were the ones making the magic happen. Do you know what you are? That's right, you're a champ. Thanks for watching. Like and share if you enjoyed, don't forget the bell. Subscribe for more videos. See you soon, Martians.